Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Thank you all so much for tuning in to my latest review of Barbarian. This is a film written and directed by Zach Cregger and stars Georgina Campbell, Bill Skarsgård, and Justin Long. The film centers on Georgina Campbell's Tess Marshall, who books an Airbnb, but upon arriving at the house realizes that somebody else is already staying there. And from there they discover secrets of the house that they're staying in. This is a film that plays with perspective. It plays with tone in how certain people view certain events due to the generational cultural divides that have separated many people due to gender, due to class, and due to race. It's terrifying in its acute attention to detail in how it portrays class inequality and the roots of such in our society today. The horror genre has always had a desire to take some of the most terrifying things of our day, real horrors that we live every single moment of our lives, even if we're not aware of it, and heighten them in a genre that just goes all out in spectacle, in blood, in gore. But I think what this film understands, and what the best of horror also understands, is to have that undercurrent of truth to the horror. And that's what I think Barbarian should be most proud of, is that every single choice has two reasons for existing. It's both a fun horror film that is able to play on your expectations through suspense, so many tense moments. It is by far one of the scariest movies I have ever seen, probably the scariest movie I've seen since James Wan's first two Conjuring films. And I think the reason why it's scary is how much you care for these characters. You want to see them make it out alive because they establish in the first act who these people are, devoid of any such contrived scare sequence. I think this movie does a great job of showing how for women, they will lead different lives than men will in certain situations, definitely social situations. There's a great conversation about the differences if Tess had opened the door to Bill Skarsgård's character instead of the other way around. And there's certain decisions she has to make in her head that are flippant in the minds of men. I think the movie really showcases these disparities socially in our world today. And because the first act is solely dedicated to understanding these two characters together and thrusting them in a location and seeing how they interact, the dynamic they create is one that you're rooting for the rest of the film. There's two scenes here where a character discovers something, one from Georgina Campbell's perspective and the other from Justin Long. They're discovering the same thing, but the way that Cregger has them go about this is wildly different. One is nail-bitingly thrilling, and the other one is hilarious, almost vaudevillian in how funny the scene is. And they're the same exact concept. But that's why the movie works so well. The characters are so well defined, which then defines everything around them. The movie very smartly plays on who we see as a threat. Who do we fear? I really like the small glimpses we get into these characters' professional lives because I think it tells a broader story. It tells us where these characters are coming from, their socioeconomic status, how much they're bringing into the film, and then how much they leave with. And as for the horror antics of the film, it fully embraces its conceit, matching, I think, a film from last year, James Wan's *Malignant*, in just WTF moments that continue to top the previous. Bill Skarsgård is particularly great here because his whole performance is teetering on the edge as you try to figure out, is he friend or foe? And I think this is also where the perspective comes in. Georgina Campbell is so commanding here. She has such a presence. She has such confidence. And then Justin Long is just, again, tonally, his role is so hard to capture. I think the possibility of this character going awry on the script level and in performance was very strong. This is such a strong tonal change from the rest of the movie. And then I also think the certain moral questions and the conversations that this character is allowed to have is not necessarily an easy question that the movie sets out to answer, but I think it does it in such needed ways. In the end, Barbarian was such a surprise, and I really hope you go check it out in the theaters. This is a movie that I just love seeing with the crowd, hearing their reactions, feeling their screams as I was ducking away from the screen. It's such a fun movie-going experience, but does have a lot of grit to it. It has something to say, and it's able to do that because no element of this film is disposable. So that's my review of Barbarian. Let me know, did you see the film? What did you think about it? If you are going to put spoilers in the comments, make sure to mark them. And make sure to subscribe to not miss any new videos from Spoilers Ahead with Anthony Post. I took August off as a kind of hiatus, not much was going on. And also I've been editing my Marvel Cinematic Universe ranked video. It's taken so long to edit that you'll actually see a different set than the one behind me. I've since moved back to college, but it's taken me so long to edit that video, I filmed it before I moved back. So thank you all so much, and I'll see you at the movies.